Hey everyone, this is Becky with Hope Essential, and welcome to Holistic Lifestyle Tips Getting Real About the Woo Woo. And the whole point of this Facebook Live series is to demystify and hopefully open your mind to maybe a different approach to wellness. And a little bit about me, I am a wellness advocate for doTERRA essential oils, and also a holistic lifestyle educator. And I just feel so passionately about trying natural things first and just, you know, trying to not reach for a magic pill and treat symptoms. And so my whole message is how to age with the quality of life. And because I saw how horrible it was to do it the other way. And I just want to share what I learned along the way. I'm not perfect. I don't have all the answers. I have no medical degree, nothing. I just have been practicing uh, the holistic lifestyle for over 25 years and just want to share what I've learned along the way. So tonight I want to talk about supplements. And it's sort of a bad word, it gets batted around a lot. And I just want to share with you why I am really, really big on quality supplements. Okay. So just keep an open mind. And my first experience with that, well, not my first, but my most important experience with supplements was with Dr. Iva Peck in Plano, Texas. And I was in my uh, mid to late 30s. And I was experiencing cholesterol issues for the first time. And because of the diabetes in my family, and I tended to, uh, have the fasting high glucose numbers, uh, I always was really aware of my cholesterol. And so when the numbers crept up, my family doctor and my endocrinologist were both adamant that I start a statin. And even though I'm not the health fanatic that I am now, I was aware enough to know that one of the possible side effects of a statin was muscle joint pain. And at that time, I had fibromyalgia. So I was not going to take anything that could add to my pain. And so I asked around, got referrals, and I started seeing Dr. Iva. And she took one look at my blood labs and she saw that my thyroid numbers were off. And she assured me that if I gave her time to get the thyroid back leveled, that my cholesterol would be fine. I didn't understand it. I couldn't understand why the doctors didn't make that correlation, but I trusted her. And so after some, you know, mixing of different supplements and so forth, we got it all leveled out. And I want to share with you what those supplements were. And not that they're going to help everyone. I just want you to sort of be aware of what it was. And so she put me on 2 different supplements that helped with blood sugar metabolism. And of course, 1 or 2 for the thyroid. And that was a trial and error. I mean, it's just like with over-the-counter stuff or medications. It's not one size fits all. So yes, some were a waste because it wasn't working, but she didn't have a crystal ball, and you either trust or you don't. And so I trusted her. So we just kept going. And the one supplement supported digestion of fats and support for the detox process. And that's basically helping your liver. And then there were a couple of supplements we tried to help with my sleep issues. I had the racing brain going on then. And omega-3, which I hadn't been taking for brain and heart health. And she also at least tripled, if not more, my vitamin D. And back then, that was not heard of. Now it's a standard thing. And when she saw what calcium I was taking, she shook her head and she told me to take that that pill and put it in a glass of water and see what happened. And this was not a cheap one. It was a well-known brand. And it did nothing. It didn't dissolve. So that's what it's doing in my stomach. And so I'm not only wasting money, it's just sitting there. So that was very eye-opening. So I then started taking the calcium supplement she recommended. And the other thing was she, of course, wanted me to limit my sugar, the gluten, less meat, limit my dairy, more vegetables, which back then I didn't eat vegetables much. Drink more water, of course, which I didn't. And room temperature water, which really sounded disgusting, and I didn't follow that advice. I had not heard anyone say that before. Of course, now that's a very common thing. Apparently, the temperature of your gut is room temperature. So when you put in the ice or the hot, it can be stressful. So I did most of the things, and took the supplements diligently. And after several months, 3 to 6 months, I can't remember, had my blood labs done again, and my numbers were perfect. So I was extremely happy. Kept doing that for probably another 6 months, and then I got cocky. And I thought, this is a lot of money, and I'm feeling good, so maybe I can just go off them and see what happens. Because I don't want to spend the money if I don't have to, and I don't want to take pills if I don't have to. So I went off them, and I didn't change anything else. No more exercise or less, or everything was the same, and my numbers went right back up. And so I know now it probably happened because it's nearly impossible to get the amount of nutrients we need from our food. We are fighting so many things with the chemicals that are in the air, the water, food, the products we put on in our body. It's just too much. And those supplements are just your baseline for gut health. It's a foundation. And so fortunately for me, I learned back then how important it was to give your body that foundation. So I determined at that point that that was my medicine, that I'm going to pay that price now and hopefully not have to treat disease later, because I knew what that looked like with fighting chronic disease, 40 and up, and I did not want that. And so I was going to do all I could. You don't have guarantees, but I was going to do all I could. And so I was going to budget for those expensive supplements till I died. And then I was introduced to doTERRA, and the person told me that their number one product is their supplements, which that's fine, but I had good ones and I wasn't interested. And so she said, well, let's just compare. And I felt pretty cocky because I knew mine were quality and, cost a lot. And she felt pretty cocky because, let's face it, most people don't pay for quality. Not most, but many people don't pay for quality supplements. So we were both pretty surprised. And the actual supplements came out almost even. One of hers was a little more than mine, and one of mine was a little more than hers. Not enough to matter. The biggest difference, though, was she brought along just her box of 3 bottles, and I had a sack full of about 9 bottles. So, and I found out that theirs were less expensive than mine. And that blew my mind and really impressed me about doTERRA, because not only does that take extreme intelligence and diligence and so forth to get all that you need into fewer capsules, but then the heart of the company is to make them more affordable so that more people will take them and put their health first. And so I didn't really have any doubts about the company, but man, it made me think very highly and very proud to be a part of it. So this is not necessarily a plug for them, but if I'm really trying to stress how important the quality supplements are. And if you're not on one, please do your research. It doesn't have to be doTERRA. If you want to know more, contact me. But what theirs is, they've got a multivitamin, mineral, and the omega-3, and then a cell repair component, and that's just huge. And so they're awesome. If you want to know more, just ask me. But if you don't want to know about doTERRA, and that's fine, do your research, and don't just rely on the fact that it's a health food store that you go into to get your supplements. They are just buying from the marketing people of these companies. That does not mean they are quality supplements. Some are, but you need to do your research and find out from an unbiased party what is quality. And I know several really good quality supplement companies that if I wasn't doing doTERRA, that's where I would go. In fact, what I was on with Dr. Iva, I would still be on there because they're awesome. But you know, I just found a less expensive, equally good product. So I'm not looking for anything else. So do your homework, do your research. Don't just walk into the health food store, and please don't get from the big box stores. And so I just want to leave you with some homework. So I want you, if you're on a calcium supplement, which you should be, do that experiment. Put one of your tablets or capsules in water and see what happens, because that's mirroring what happens in your stomach. And then also, and doTERRA has a calcium supplement as well. If you're not on a quality supplement, why? And if you are, feel free to comment in the comments what it is and why you think they're great. And I love to hear every week, was there some aha moment, some new information that just made you maybe think a little bit differently? And just would love to hear your comments. And till next time, choose you, choose natural, choose now.